Santa Claus stepped forward. Krampus, I gave you fair warning. Told you there would be no place to hide. You did not listen. His voice calm, almost melancholy, contrite even, no hint of anger or malice. The dead should not speak, for their words smell of rot, Krampus replied. Santa shrugged. It seems the gods do not wish me dead. It appears my destiny is bound to their whims, and I am eternally condemned to play my role. Do not dare blame the gods for your own misdeeds. You have sold your soul, sold it cheap. Cheap? Santa replied, his voice somber. The cost has been more than one can bear. Krampus leveled the spear tip at Santa Claus. How many times is your God willing to resurrect his little dancing dog? Come closer, my spear will find out. My spear would like to find out. No, my friend, I will not be the one who dies. Not this day. God will not allow it. Maybe one day my servitude will be finished, but until that time, my sacrifices are for her glory. Stop playing the martyr. It does not suit you. You, Baldur, you are the villain in this fable. You have committed foul deeds, have stolen that which does not belong to you, betrayed all who have aided you. Fate will punish you. Fate? God? What is the difference? Either way, I am afraid it has already doled out plenty of woe. Once, I was as you. I thought I could build my own kingdom, build it right under the noses of the gods. Instead, all I have built is a prison, one from which there is no escape, not even through death. Krampus snorted. Should I shed a tear? Death has taught me many things, but there is the truth. But here is the truth, the only one that matters. God takes on many faces, many guises, but no matter which guise, she is always, always before, always after. Santa laughed harshly. And that is a joke on me, on you, on all of mankind. There is only the one God, has always been the one God. All the gods that have been and that are, they are the same, all part of the one God. We are but pawns in her great game. We will serve her, even you. Beyond that, there are no answers, for that is the only one that matters. Krampus mulled this over, then shook his head and spat loudly. What absolute, utter dung. Losing your head has not been good for you. Go on, concoct tales to try to placate your own guilt, but do not try to sell me your fantasies. The truth, the only one that matters, is that you are a buffoon, a nitwit, a puppet, a tick upon God's wrinkled scrotum. Krampus laughed. How can you even hold your head up? Where is your shame? Santa let out a long sigh. Krampus, my dear old friend, there is no reasoning with you. There never has been. Your arrogance, your single-minded stubbornness makes you blind. All my efforts to save you were wasted because you cannot leave the past behind, and thus have condemned yourself to extinction. Even now, in the face of all your failings, you are still too bullheaded to know when to call it a day. I am not your friend, and I do not seek an excuse to prostrate myself, such as you. I am a lord. I kneel before no one. You are but a pathetic ass, and shall always be a pathetic ass, one who suckles upon the end of your God's cock like a gutter whore. You will, as many times as need be, to shed your... I will kill you as many times as need be to shed you of your stench. Now come hither. I hunger to taste your blood. Santa shook his head, a contemptuous sneer upon his face. Sadly, you still do not see what is right in front of you. He nodded to the two angels. They drew their swords, shimmering blades of silver light, and came for Krampus. The wolves shot forward, snarling, leapt for the angels. The angels' movements were quick, precise, their swords but blurs of silver. The blades passed through the wolves. There came no blood, no wounds, only a loud yelp. A second later, both wolves lay dead upon the ground. More death, more murder, Krampus cried. How much blood does it take to placate your God? Krampus, Isabel called. She stood on the porch, clutching the doorframe, her eyes wide and terrified. Vernon and Chet leaned out the door behind her. There came a wild cry. Whippy and Nippy pushed through them, running for the angels, spears raised. The angels faced the Belsnickles. "Wait!" Krampus shouted, raising his hand to Whippy and Nippy. "Stay back!" The Shawnee halted, poised, glaring at the angels. "There is nothing here for you but death." The Yule Lord pointed his spear at Santa. "So, the son of the great Odin shows his true face at last, hides behind the skirts of angels. Come, coward, face me." Krampus came for Santa Claus, tried to dart around the angels. The angels intercepted him, brought their swords up and down in a great arc. Krampus made to block their silver blades, but the swords passed through his spear, through his arm, and down his torso. Searing, biting cold followed their path, yet they clove nothing, not spear, nor arm, nor torso. Still, the pain was beyond his experience. He grit his teeth, glared at the angels, determined to keep his feet. The angels exchanged troubled looks. "I still stand," Krampus taunted, letting loose a mad laugh. "Seems your great god is not so great." They struck him again. Krampus roared, his voice thundering across the icy landscape, shaking limbs and knocking snow from the church eaves. The sound blocked out the song of the angels. They flinched as though struck. Krampus rushed them, driving into the foremost angel, knocking one into the other, knocking them to the ground. He headed for Santa, his breath bellowing out in blasts of steam and spittle. "You will never be shed of me," Krampus snarled. "Not so long as a single man still lives, for I am the wild spirit that dwells within their breast, and there is nothing you nor your god can ever do to change that." He stumbled onward, spear leveled at Santa's chest. Santa Claus backed away, his contemptuous sneer replaced by dread. He stumbled, fell, but before Krampus could close the distance, the angels were upon him. They struck the Yule Lord again and again, their swords carving paths of numbing cold through his body. The world began to fade, to lose its color and density. Sounds muffled, as though coming from behind a wall. Still, he pushed onward, one step, another, each step harder than the last as they continued to strike and stab. The Yule Lord dropped to one knee, then to his hands, panting, the world now ghostly shades of gray. Yet he persisted, crawling one hand after the next, determined to put a spear through Santa's heart. Krampus collapsed. The angels did not relent. "Wait," Santa called, climbing to his feet and stepping forward. The angel stopped, and Santa Claus knelt, prying the spear from Krampus's fingers. He stood, slid a boot beneath the Yule Lord, and flipped him onto his back. Krampus glared up at him. "You are most mulish, beast," Santa spat, "but your time is done." With supreme effort, Krampus managed to laugh, a wild, mocking laugh. Santa raised the spear high and drove it into Krampus's heart. All the pain disappeared. Krampus found himself light as the air. He began to drift, the world now so faint he could barely see the outlines of the figures around him. Their voices came as from far down a tunnel. Whippy let out a wild, mournful howl and attacked. "Stop!" Krampus shouted, but his voice was small, only an echo. No one heard him. The angels cut Whippy down, came for Nippy. Krampus didn't see what happened after that. The gray shapes, the voices, all of it faded away, leaving nothing.